Hey y'all, we we should close out. We were trying to find a grit game and then it didn't happen, and I probably left it sitting here. Yeah, let's clear that out. Nobody's joining that. Anyhow, hey everybody, we are trying to queue for another Terra Mystica arena game here. We got nobody yet, so hopefully, as usual, it doesn't take too long, but given that we have nobody, who really knows? But we're up to bronze 8, which is good. We're climbing at least through bronze pretty quickly. I said if we get a win, we'll be into silver. Even if we get a second, no, we probably won't be silver with a second. Depends on who we're playing, I guess. A couple more people have made gold. Not a ton of people yet. Hallie's still up top. Makes total sense. Really good player. Lots of other strong players are climbing up to the top and already early on in the season here. We got one player at our table. That's good. We will see who else we can pull. I'm just gonna actually post this for some others who might want to see. All right. We shall wait and see what's happening. Let's peek at who's queuing with us. Always a little bit cheap. I don't. So this player doesn't even register as a good player in BGA's system. Not a great reputation. I used to have reputation filters on, and sometimes I still do. That's quite a few timeouts, which doesn't look great, but haven't played much. See what happens. See if we actually play with them here. Be nice to get a game started real quick. Some of the chatter from some of the other friends I've been like talking to about their games thus far in the arena season, it sounds like a lot of people don't really know how to bid yet, and so they kind of just take whatever factions. We haven't really experienced that yet, but I would love to just like fall into a game where people let me take mermaids for 30 or something silly. Like it sounds like a lot of people have been seeing like 30 all 30s, or like a 26, 29, 30, 30 type stuff. People just aren't confident in who to bid on yet, which totally makes sense. Hey Ghostly, thanks for jumping in. Hopefully we'll get a game soon. As usual, I'm on the you had a 30x4 today? Damn, yeah. See, I would love to get that. Let's get that. I know who to bid for largely. So yeah, if I can get like just a real cheap faction for, that'd be nice. I'd love to just win an auction and essentially have the game already won. But I guess at the same time, it's not that interesting. I'd rather have a slightly stronger table than just a pure crush game. But I'll take whatever. Really, just hopefully we start fairly soon. As I say, I never really know how to. I guess maybe I don't know. I'll have to eventually figure out how I stream. I know Lumen for Agricola, he has like a nice little waiting screen until the game actually starts. But then I know Zorus sometimes does this where he kind of just talks until the arena queue actually starts up. So I don't know what the best process is. Guess we'll eventually figure that out. I also still keep telling myself I'm going to figure out YouTube, and I haven't done that yet. So, meh. I guess we can go peek at some of my other Snellman games. Although I don't want to say too much about some of these because, other people could be. Some of these players could check in, I guess. But we have several Fakir's games going on Fjords, and they're going okay. This one has clusters scoring. Clusters is really good for Fakirs. We're gonna get a town. We should get several clusters, but this is Alchemist, so Alchemist could take a lot of our yellows going forward. Chaos could still take a yellow or two, so we'll see. I'm not sad about that one. My other Fakir's game is, I think, going a bit better. We actually already have 2 town space carved out, distance is the scoring. So like if we can get up here and over here, that's quite a bit of distance. Um, but we'll see. We got Earth 1 and Water 1 and a pretty good economy going in this one. And we passed first, so we're going to get a 7 coins action. We'll take lots of trading posts. This one was really encouraging for Fakirs because there's no good scoring in the final rounds. So nobody else can score more than 10 points off the track, and we'll build a sanctuary. So like we have lots of other scoring ways, plus we're Fakirs. So that feels good. But I just had this Giants game resolve yesterday. Might have talked about it, but this is D2, and we only lost by 11. Doesn't feel that bad, but the bigger issue is we did have third pick, and we probably should have just taken Darklings ourselves here. I'm pretty good with Darklings, tend to get nice results, and not taking them is... It was definitely questionable, but I wanted to get fancy and play Giants, and I got what I deserved for trying to be fancy, but oh well. I don't know. What else can we go do? We can go peek at some map data. So the ratings for Fire and Ice, for people who aren't really aware, mermaids are very strong on Fire and Ice. Now these stats have like lots of expansion scoring and some other stuff baked into them. So it's only like a loose guideline for Board Game Arena, but still, mermaids, witches, nomads, cultist, chaos, and darklings are kind of the 6 factions that all have quite strong ratings on Fire and Ice side 1. So they're all quite good. And then I think it's useful to note that dwarves and alchemists do very poorly on this map. Alchemists do kind of poorly on the base map, partly because people don't really know how to play alchemist though, so there is a little bit of that going on, but it's a tough map for those factions. And then even like engineers, Orin, halflings aren't, you know, they're a bit kind of subpar towards average-ish, so it's good to know that type of stuff. There's also fancy things for people that don't really know. Gosh, how can I even get there? I think it's under statistics. You can find heat maps for certain factions that can be really useful. So if we filter ourselves down to the Snellman stats, gosh, it's not here. I don't remember where I find those anymore, but there is somewhere deep within this the Snellman repository, you can find like heat map data that shows where factions tend to build, and that can be pretty sweet. But I don't remember how to get there anymore, so guess not very useful right at the moment, but there's a lot of nice data that comes from all the Snellman games. But one of the interesting things, like you don't actually, like, there's not as many games as you'd think, especially against like even kind of like fairly good players. Like if we just a 1000 Snellman rating is not like particularly impressive. This is probably equivalent to like a good player on Board Game Arena or maybe a strong player. And so the stats that they're pulling from have, I mean, just look at these game sample sizes. It is not much for like once you get down to original scoring 4-player games on the Fire and Ice map. So even what we like think we know about what factions are really good and what factions are bad, it comes from a real limited sample size. So I am really excited that this season is being played on the Fire and Ice map, because I think there's a lot of I think there's a good amount of exploration to be had on this map still, and so I'm curious to see how things kind of develop as we play through this arena season. Yeah. We still don't have a game yet. Hypothetically, we're only waiting for one more person to join us, so that'd be nice. Somebody has certain settings set up that is preventing us from all sitting at the same table. NerdCube is queuing currently, so that's means we're not going to get just an easy auction, but oh well. Some people have. Oh, I was going to say some people had rating filters set up, which is why we weren't all sitting at the same table. But we got Nerd Cube in our game. Nerd Cube's stupidly good. Always fun to play with him. He's a good friend, but obviously a very strong player. So, I know I've seen this Dragned guy posting around a bit. I don't know if he's fairly good, but not a 700 level player. But that does not mean they can't throw together a strong game. I believe Kerrigan's reasonably good. Yeah, they're fine, pretty good. I've played a decent number of games with them. And then yeah, Nerd Cube's, I don't know, crazy good. So we'll see how this goes. The track here, we got some really crappy scoring late here. Temples into big buildings doesn't offer up a lot of points. Mid game dwellings is good for a lot of factions. Early game, trading posts into big buildings. So the track is kind of limited on scoring. The past tiles, though, offer some scoring. We got dwelling and shipping scoring. We got stronghold scoring. No trading post scoring, and the only trading post event is in round 1. So, a little bit tricky on when to. It's a little bit tricky on when to like build our trading posts this game to score them. There's also a lot of cult coins available right into the final round for sending priests to the cults. We have otherwise doubled up cults for water and fire. And kind of a mixture of cult rewards. Only the one spade event, but we have past spades, so pretty good spade. Like, this is one of those setups where I don't really think there's any like resource shortage. Really, like there's several workers, and then there's some power on the past tiles and power on the cults. There's a little bit of spades and a passing spade. There's a bunch of coin help right at the end, and there's some coins on the past tiles. So nothing like really limiting. We have alchemists thrown in. As we just talked about, alchemists aren't even particularly good on this map. The past tiles are very good for alchemists, I will grant that. And the start here is you could go temple into stronghold into lots of dwellings. So these 4 rounds are really good, but then these rounds just suck for alchemists. Like, you're going to build a temple and save your sanctuary to the end? Maybe, but this is not a great options to really leverage your crazy economy. So I'm not really excited by alchemists here. Nerd Cube goes ahead and throws cultists in. Cultists can be happy building their stronghold and sanctuary in the final round. Doubled up cults are nice for cultists. This map is pretty good for shipping strats with cultists. So I definitely could see cultists building up a bit early, and then round 3 you'll use some of your cult workers and you get to like ship 2 or ship 3, and then you just kind of go everywhere on the map. Like, cultists will often start here because this hex is so important for their connection, and then you like start here, and once you get up to ship 2 you can already reach like here and here, and then if you have ship 2 you can dig this hex and reach here, 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 here. If you get to ship 3, you can go 1, 2, 3 and build here and here. Now, you'll note, like, none of this really builds easy towns. Like, all of your buildings go in awkward spots, so it's really kind of good for your economy and building for points, but you don't get a ton of towns on this map. But you can often settle for, like, 2 towns. You can sometimes town up through this stretch, although with alchemists in the game, that's a lot less likely. But you can sometimes get a bridge and do some weird things up through here. You can often do some things through here. So you usually can eke out 2 towns, but they often do require bridges, which bridges on this map are a big fighting point. I originally kind of wanted to be boring and just throw mermaids into this game. Mermaids looked plenty fine with the water cult bonuses. Big buildings later fine for mermaids. These past tiles are a delight for mermaids. But the one reason I don't really want to put mermaids in is because that makes alchemists sandwiched. And I have no effing clue what you do with sandwiched alchemists on this map, but it sounds bloody miserable. So I have no real desire to do that. At this point, I think I would just throw in witches. Witches are good on this map, and I would, that's easy. We have chaos, so color-wise, witches are very reasonable here. I think I'll just do witches. I think I prefer to have a good color arrangement rather than, like, I think mermaids are quite good here, even with alchemists, but I think it just like screws alchemists and makes the bidding really bad. Whereas I think witches at least leads to a more even game, and I think that's better, especially since I'm picking fourth. I think it's bad to create a faction that I think it's really unlikely, but if all these guys were to like zero bid and we have to play sandwiched alchemists even at 30 points, like I still don't even know if we have a game. So hey AP, thanks for showing up. We just got started here. We have obviously, well, we have like, this is a pretty good arena table as a whole, and then Nerd Cube's very strong. So see how it goes. Hallie's commenting that's a good table too. Yeah. Bizzle's joking that he's missed out on our free low, which, you know, maybe we'll see what happens here. Anyhow, sorry, actual bidding. I still want nothing to do with alchemists. I literally don't know how much it's gonna take me to play them, but like these other factions, I think all have a game, and I don't trust alchemists to have a game at all. I think cultists start here. I suspect witches are gonna start double center in this game. That means chaos starting here looks really risky because cultists could just take this hex. So I think chaos are gonna have to start here. You hope alchemists start here, but this isn't even that great of a hex for alchemists in case witches take this. Alchemists like kind of would have to get this to do some shipping through here. So the problem is chaos might not be able to start here, which means chaos don't necessarily have a good starting spot. These are the two hexes you usually consider as chaos on this map. So I don't like any of that. Witches, once again, like, I just played them last night, but, like, witches, you get to start here and here, and you get a guaranteed temp ship if you want, so you can guaranteed build here and here, and, like, you just get a safe opening. Like I talked about yesterday, you can probably build Sanctuary, or you can build Temple, and then take workers, and next round you can build a stronghold. Stronghold's very good on this map. Getting all their dwellings out there in the mid game looks really easy for them. Late game they can build a second temple and they can build a sanctuary, probably hit 3 towns, probably do well on network, and use these pastiles for points. So I'd be pretty happy with witches here again. Nerd keeps starting with cultists. I'm just not even sure how much leech cultists are getting early. I guess a decent bit. We're talking about upgrading here, and cultists are going to be here and here. So there's going to be lots of leech. The problem for cultists is, like, if alchemists start here, I guess you eventually, like, beat them to this hex. I mean, you're going to have to get to ship too, but, like, alchemists are probably going to beat you here. It just looks like really, I guess you have one town up through here, pretty uncontested as cultists. And then maybe you wind up getting another one somewhere, but I don't think it's great. I think witches are better here. I think alchemists are going to give some problems, whereas witches have no color neighbor here, and alchemists are going to take a couple of blues, but it's this blue, which witches don't need. This should be pretty safely witches sanctuary town. This looks very safe for witches, which is really a great spot for them. And then even this looks really good for witches, because alchemists will come over here. So we're going to bid witches a bit. Unfortunately, Kerrigan also is probably seeing what we're seeing, and they're going for witches. But, I mean, we have strong enough players. But, again, just chat. I'm just a little annoyed that all of you are finding tables where you get to just bid 30, because I would love to just take witches for 30 here and not have to fight. But it is crackling a little, the audio. Okay, interesting. Little glitch in the audio. I can try to adjust a setting or two here. I probably have it picking up my fan noise slightly. also wait. It might be. I might have something else set up wrong. Let's do that. Sorry. All right. We'll see that. Ask kindly. They might just give me. Interesting question. We'll see them start D7. I don't think Chaos Magicians are going to start center. I think starting center is pretty deadly here because if Cultists decide to take C5 on you, you're kind of doomed. Now, I am planning on giving Chaos the spade here because I'm going to take Temp Ship is my plan. So, Chaos Magicians get this spade, so like I guess they could spade as their first action, so would cultists take worker power and take single dig when they probably could get double dig? I don't know the answer to that. I mean, I think it's quite risky though, because like I could start here and here, cultists start here, alchemists start here, and like if these hexes disappear on you, you have no answers. I'm not sure alchemists start here, I guess, is the big difference, but like that doesn't really help chaos. And then chaos can't really start here unless you want to build an expensive, like, I don't know. I'm very curious to see what NerdCube's plan is, actually. I think chaos are pretty good here. Like, this map is always good for them. I just don't know where you start. That's my biggest concern. Like, I don't quite see how it goes, but regardless, we're willing to bid a decent bit longer on like all three of these factions because I still literally don't know what Alchemist game plan is. I'm expecting Temp Ship, Spade, and Worker Power to go, and so Alchemists are going to start with, I guess, 2 workers. That's fine. But then the only spot I think Alchemist can start with a neighbor is here. I guess Alchemist could try to go here and entice Witches to join them, but if Witches are going to build an earliest stronghold, they're just going to fly over here later. They don't need to start here. So, like, God, I don't know. It looks real bad for Alchemists. George, yeah, I mean, is he planning to, like, triple dig through one of these hexes? I doubt it. But yeah, Witches are just really good on this map. I'm willing to pay another point or two at the very least, and then I'll think about jumping over to one of these guys. And I'm not touching Alchemists until Witches are at, like, I don't know. These guys are going to have to be at least, like, 20, and this is going to have to be down to, like, 10 before I even continue to give more thought. We're going to bid one more on Witches. I don't know. We're probably paying a bit too much. Not really. Like, Witches are just very strong on this map. Like, Witches, I feel like, have a very easy game plan here. I feel like there's very little disruption. The biggest issue is all of these factions are going to compete for bridges, so there is going to be a decent bit of bridge pressure. But, like, if Witches want to build through here, you have so many factions, like, the color hexes that are going to be your neighbors through, like, everything you're doing are just going to get taken in this game. Like, you're going to have neighbors just everywhere you want to be as Witches. There's no threat to this connection hex, really. There's no threat to your greens. Like, I don't know. I've been playing Witches a lot on this map lately, so I mean, you know, maybe it's wrong to just keep bidding this, but I feel pretty comfortable with it. I think I am going to go bid Chaos. Actually, I'm going to probably bid Cultist next. I know what Cultists are going to do a bit this game, too, and I kind of like it. Chaos, I'm just really hesitant. Like, I guess you could try to start here and you hope that Cultists just don't block you. But, God, it's ugly. Kerrigan's just still hitting that. We'll see what happens here. We'll go 1 Cultists. Again, I still like Cultists starting here and here. You just kind of build up early. You maybe get this hex. And then you are going to have to start shipping by the mid-game to get this stuff out, but that's okay. It's actually possible as cultists. I lied. Maybe I don't take worker power. I might take the 2 workers as cultists, and you upgrade. You do the double temple opening, and you open Earth 1 and Fire 1. Fire 1 will help you afford those shipping increases. The double priests will do a lot of work on the cults. There'll be a lot of coins later. And yeah, actually I really like double temple here for cultists. Because if you hit ship 3 by these rounds, as I said, you could just build like all of your dwellings. So you don't really need to worry about digging early. You need to worry about getting a lot of coins and a lot of priests. And then you just ship a lot and you get all your hexes. I actually really like that game plan for cultists as well, so I'm pretty happy about bidding cultists here a bit. Also, alchemists tend not to do a lot on cults, and this is landscapeless cultists, so there's not a lot of worry there. Chaos do a bit of competition on the cults, so there is that. It's unclear when we or who will get the 2 key towns, so there's always that slight problem too, but this temple event actually often means people send a lot of priests to the cults, and does mean that people might build temples or sanctuaries late to take 3-step favors. So the more I'm thinking about it, the cult fights might be a bit annoying for cultists, but I mean, you're still going to pick up like at least 16 to 20 cult points without having to invest much extra work than just building stuff. Although, the other awkward part about the like mid-game ship rush plan is that a lot of the dwellings you're going to build aren't going to have neighbors. But a decent number of them should actually, because like by the time we build this, there should be a neighbor. This should have a neighbor. This should have a neighbor probably here already. So I'll put another tick on cultists, then I'll go back to witches, and then we'll start putting chaos down a bit more. I mean, chaos still have to be pretty strong too. Chaos have a guaranteed Earth 1. There is a chance that all 3 of these factions rush Earth 1, so that could be, once again, like yesterday, I could wind up as witches falling into the position where I have temp ship and I just double dig and do like a mini dwelling rush. But if that happens, that's a fine backup plan. I mean, it's going to limit the scoring opportunities off the track, so there's that. But yeah, we'll go back to witches again. Again, I have no idea who's going to take alchemists here. It just looks so gross. So I think we have a lot of time left. Does every map have the Danny B option? I don't know. Several maps do, but like, it's really expensive. Triple digging is expensive. There's also just no guarantee you're actually allowed to. But yeah, the dwelling rush opening's not anywhere near as good. Mostly because there's no way to really score this game. But so there is a bit of a risk I'm realizing in the whole witches plan, because yeah, if I do open the temp ship thing again and they all rush Earth 1, then I have the problem that I do have a slight problem, but meh. But Kerrigan still wants them. I'm still pretty happy with the cultist game plan of double temple. I actually think I should bid cultists a bit more than I have been. I think double temple is going to be pretty strong here. I guess everybody's going to want this ship tile, and by everybody I mean these 3 factions are going to advance ship early. Witches are going to be the only one that doesn't need to afford shipping early because they can get by with a stronghold. I still would like Chaos a lot more if I just had a clear plan for how their starting looks good. I mean, I guess you start here. You just hope Alchemists have to start here for the Leech. And then if that happens, this is okay for Chaos. You just build up your Sanctuary here and round... Or you don't even go Sanctuary... Oh, I see. You're not even going Sanctuary round 1. You can delay your Sanctuary to round 2. So you probably build a Temple... And if I give Nerdcube the spade, he plans to take the bridge and you open temple and 2 dwellings. That's quite a good opening actually for Chaos. It's just, there's just the slight problem if you don't get a neighbor, but I guess you just suck up that you build an expensive trading post then, and then you get the bridge. Would anybody else want the bridge in round 1? I mean, alchemists aren't going to do it. Cultists, seems really unlikely they would do it. Witches is probably the only threat, and they're also like just not gonna do it. So I am warming up to Chaos now actually that I have that plan. I think even with an expensive trading post, this hex is fine. People will eventually build here and here. Although here, not as clear. If alchemists don't start here, they're gonna take a while to get here, but So the leech might be a bit limited, but you can build. You can pretty safely do the temple 2 dwellings. You take earth 1, you take probably fire 1, and then you'd have to get just a trickle of coins, and you'd be able to build sanctuary in round 2. And then once you have this set up, now you're 2 ship away, 3 ship, like and you're actually only 1 dig away from just making a really fast town in round 3. You could get a round 3 town for the 2 key town, and then you could aim to make sure to have ship 3. Yeah, I'm warming up. There's definitely a lot of play for Chaos still. Nerdcube's warmed up on the witches. Wow, look at that. He's finally come over to Team Witches. This is kind of hilarious. He's like jumping over to witches, and we're talking ourselves into the other factions. But can I show the bonus cards again? Yeah, sorry. So we're missing 4 coins in a cult step. We're missing a priest, and we're missing trading post scoring. The trading post scoring isn't really the biggest deal. It's not really clear when anybody's gonna build their trading post this game. I guess probably like quasi during this round. The cult step and the priest missing are a bit more interesting. It does mean the cults are slightly less contested, and it means that there's extra value to getting temples up early, which is now I'm realizing the other downside to the dwelling rush thing I was talking about is witches. If witches get cut out of earth 1, you actually probably still just build a temple and you take fire 1. But yeah, this bidding is like completely flipped all of a sudden. I really don't like all 3 of these factions. I like their game plans. And I just really don't want Alchemist. I honestly think this bidding's going to take like another 10 minutes. None of us are bidding that quickly, but I think there's a lot of bidding left to be done before anybody's going to touch Alchemist. I guess we should really think about Alchemist game plan, but like, I just don't know. You have to almost like start up here and hope to get temp ship, and you wind up getting onto these hexes early. And then your other, I don't know, your other starting spot's just misery. That's all I know. The reason like Alchemist game plan is just such misery here is like you build a temple for Earth 1 and you get a stronghold, but you're not gonna have that much worker production, and then you get dwellings out during the mid game, but then you just don't have ways to score, and like, oh yeah, it just looks bad. Kicked you out of your room. I don't know what that's about, but Cultist double temple gets kind of screwed if Chaos does D7. So if Chaos goes center, then the double temple plan I'm talking about is definitely a little up in the air. There is the option that you just let them through, but that's probably too friendly. So you probably just take single dig and screw them, although, yeah, I don't know. I just really don't expect Chaos to do that. It just seems so risky, but some people like to be really risky, right? So maybe. Okay, we're going back to witches now. It's definitely time. Witches are like, we talked ourselves into witches being quite good. Although getting Earth 1 blocked actually is starting to scare me a bit more, but I don't know. They're still very good on this map, so we'll spend a little more. Hey, Crick, so I don't see how Alk get temp ship. Alks don't get temp ship, witches will take it. Yeah, correct. So that's why, like, Alchemists aren't even going to get temp ship. It's going to just be, like, terrible. Alchemists are going to get a crap tile that they don't want. It's probably worker power, is my theory. Like, you take the priest, and then you don't even have a spade. Like, I don't know what the Alchemist game plan is besides misery. That's the only thing I have thus far for Alchemists. I would agree with that though, Gray. So if I start here as Chaos, I don't really think I want temp ship. I just take the spade and expect to get the bridge, because I'm gonna bridge these anyhow. So why temp ship here? May as well just get the bridge to get there already. That's totally fine. I think I still prefer this starting spot for Chaos too. I just think this is so risky, because if you don't get C5 and you start here, I think you're just kind of doomed. I mean, the only alternative, I guess, is if Alchemists don't start here, maybe you can be bold enough to just start here and just be convinced that you can triple dig this hex. it's it's a lot, but it's not out of the realm of possibility, I guess. Um, Again, that's like Danny B argues to do that occasionally on the base map, and I mean the reasoning here would be very similar. Like you would carve out your like it's triple dig, but it carves out a town early town spot, and it like lets you connect. Like it lets you get to a lot of good hexes really rapidly. So like it's just hard to figure out when you get to triple dig it. Although, I mean, I guess. Well, the problem is you have to turn it blue, right? So, like, I was gonna say, if you start with the spade, maybe you get enough leech that you can just open sanctuary by taking the two workers, and then you turn this to blue, and then at the start of round two, you have enough power to double dig. But by turning it to blue, you're gonna give a brief glimmer of chance for witches to take it in the meantime. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Nerd keeps thinking a lot. We would love him to just take Alchemist here and prove to us how it's done. I'm sure there is a plan for Alchemist. There has to be, but gosh, it looks awful. But hey, Mr. Fickles, would witches start northwest if Alchemist invite them there with first placement? So I talked about that. So witches could start up here. But the only reason that I'm not a huge fan of it is I think Stronghold, two things. I think Stronghold's really good on this map for witches. Um, and so I think you just get better leech early, you build your Stronghold, and then you fly over here during round 2 or round 3. I don't think you need to start here. Um, I think starting here and here is still just better, but Nerdcube bids us down. Um, we'll go back to cultists here. I still like cultist game plan. There's still slight static, huh? Interesting. I never understand why or when this stuff happens, because I swear I'm using the same settings I was just yesterday or a day ago or whatever, and now we have slight problems again. But I'll muck about with it in a sec again. We got bid back off cultists. Again, I like the game plans for a lot of these factions, but I think witches are. I just keep thinking witches are roughly 7-ish points better. I don't know. No issue for you, Derek? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's slight but noticeable. Alright, well, let's muck about one more time with how sensitive we have it. And maybe that'll help. Also, our neighbors don't need to stare in at us anymore. How's the bidding going? Nerdcube's back on Chaos. Just got bid back off of it. I am starting to wonder if like somebody's gonna go 0. Oh, nope. Alright, here we go. Nerdcube did take the Alchemist. He has a game plan for him. We have the Witches at 9. Cultist 16, Chaos 14. We're playing Witches again, but we'll see. It's good now. It's gone now, actually, before I did anything. Huh. Well, cool. Now the question I have for you is if I'm too quiet for anybody. But I think I just turned it. I think if I understand Mike, I turned the sensitivity down. Hopefully the volume's still the same. I don't really understand any of what I said, but my first game with auction, I put Darklings at 1, thinking I had to put the 29 points in the bid. Nice. Having flashbacks to the last time I played. Yeah, Nerdcube played Alchemist on this map in F2O and had kind of a nightmare of a game. He is starting here. That means there's even more leech for us, so we're going to start here. It does mean Chaos can start here. I'm really curious to see what his game plan is with this. I think I'm still just starting here because temp ship then means that we have so many hexes. I am kind of expecting that we're going to miss out on Earth 1. So maybe we don't want temp ship actually though. So now, okay, now we have to think for just a sec, because if we do take temp ship and we're going to get Earth 1 blocked, which I'm increasingly certain I'm going to get Earth 1 blocked. That means I'm going to want to take Double Dig. And I think I still want to open Temple this game because Priest production looks really good. So if that's the case, Temp Ship becomes less exciting because if I'm double digging, I'm probably taking this Hex from Alchemists, slightly punishing them. And I guess I'm taking this Hex then with double dig, in which case, what am I doing with Temp Ship? I'm like, I would go back to doing like a mini Dwelling Rush, but Dwelling Rush into Stronghold, like I really do want Priest production this game. So I guess if I take Temp Ship, I'm not taking Double Dig. Double Dig is usually your consolation prize for getting blocked from Earth 1. So it's a little questionable to skip out on that. But I might just do it anyhow. I also probably want to build my temple here because my sanctuary goes here and my stronghold goes here like I did yesterday in this terms of this. Which is a little unfortunate because this is going to give us more leech. Oh well. Yeah, we're going to stick with the plan. Temp Ship is just too easy here. My mic was picking up the stress of the auction. Nice. Ryan Witch's one trick. Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, I still think people are undervaluing witches on this map. Like the other days I even had blue color neighbors and now I don't. Like I mean, to be fair, they're not really undervaluing them this game. We had to pay a lot for them, and we have colorless chaos, which are quite strong on this map. And cultists are just generally pretty good still. Although cultists maybe paid too much. I might have paid a little too much. Alchemists do just go double kind of center stuff. That's kind of expected, I think. So they don't even need this Hex. They really need this Hex. We're eventually going to come over here. I'm really curious. Alchemists almost have to open Temple, and then I wonder what their plans for worker production are. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I think this is where you have to start as Alchemist on this map, but, like, it does kind of suck, right? Because, like, the only blacks he's going to reach early are these two. And so, like, you have to do a lot more digging to get anywhere, which, I mean, to be fair, he has a 21 victory point head start on us, so can't be that bad, but the dream for us, I think, is that we get Temp Ship into this big building pass tile, and we just use our early power for coins, but we'll see. Chaos does go here. It's kind of what we expected. Cultists went where we thought. Chaos going here. I do think Chaos is going to have a pretty nice round one doing what we said because we're going to give them the spade. I mean, I guess the alternative is we do take the spade, but that just seems wrong. Not taking double dig's still going to be a bit of a sad though, but the other wild idea that I'm just having, and it's pretty wild to have at this point, but we could open Temple Stronghold, which I've done a few times by taking this tile. We would have to get the workers power action, but that's pretty likely. And then you can open Temple and Stronghold. I think it's pretty strong, to be honest. I haven't been able to test it out as much as I'd like. Gosh, that would really shift the game up. We have 36 seconds to decide if we should do that, huh? I've been talking so much about Temp Ship and building dwellings early, but I've really been looking for every excuse to test out Stronghold and Temple openings. Who's going to take the workers on us? I guess cultists now, because cultists still want to open double. God, it's probably dumb. Alright, it's too risky. I really am tempted by it, But the scary part is if somebody else does take the workers on us, then I think it just is really pretty bad. The only way it's good is if we get the workers, and I don't feel safe enough that cultists might not just still take workers who do double temple on us. So, Derek, if I build the stronghold in round 1, we lose the 5 victory points, but because I would take this tile to do it, I would get 4 points now, so I'd really only losing 1 point compared to the other line, and it's just such good economy. I don't know, though. Like, to be fair, I really don't know. Stronghold and temple openings for witches, I think, are more doable and common than any of us realize, but it's not really in the textbook yet. It's not something I see a lot of, but I think we should see more of it. But I really don't know. Cultists are taking the 2 workers, so I think they are going double temple. And I think that further cements me being happy that I didn't risk it. We're going to build our temple here. Our stronghold is going to go here. I mean, we are sacrificing a lot of leech by not upgrading here, but it's okay. Our temple belongs here. Our stronghold belongs here. So it does look like we're going to get Earth 1 blocked, as we expected. So the question does have to be, what are we going to do if that happens? The only hope is that witches are or chaos for some reason feels that they have to take the bridge, but I don't think that's likely. So I think we're going to see Earth 1, Earth 1, Earth 1. Am I not spading D6? I'm not spading D6. I have temp ship. I just want to build here and here. I mean, I guess, again, the argument is, like, I could go back into dwelling rush things, but I still just want to build a temple this game. I'm just gonna build my temples and suck it up that I get blocked from Earth 1. I'll live with that. I'll build temple for Fire 1, build my 2 dwellings, get out of here. I mean, alchemists are gonna get double dig then, but they don't really have anywhere to double dig, so, like, I mean, what are they going to double dig? They're going to double dig D6 and whatever. Like, if alchemists take D6 on us, I also just don't really care. Like, I'm going to build a sanctuary town up here. I don't know. It's nice to them, to be honest. I mean, taking this is good for us, but everybody did take Earth 1. Yeah, it's a lot of Earth 1s. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with my arguments that I just don't care. I'm just gonna build these dwellings. I'm gonna build this temple and say screw it to the rest of it all. There's really no rush to build this temple, so I guess on off chances that things start happening, I just get my dwellings out. So Fatty, I do agree that if I got Earth 1 blocked, the 2 workers were really safe, right? So the argument, the scary part was if I take 2 workers and I somehow am allowed to take Earth 1, that means somebody diverged from what I expected them to do, and does that mean the other plan doesn't? Like, I don't know. Now, am I sad that I didn't take this tile? Yes, because this would have been an ideal game to have built trading post, take the workers here with that second action, build another trading post, and go temple, fire 1, stronghold. I mean, it's an insane amount of econ, to be honest, but I think it would have been really fun. Chaos do go for the bridge as expected. We'll build this temple for fire 1. Why would I not double dig? So the reason I'm not double digging is because I can't build on them. So, I mean, I could just take it, but I really want to guarantee my stronghold next round. I also kind of want to pass first, and I might just take double dig next round. Now, I guess I could lose this hex, but like, Nerdcube's just advancing ship, right? He already passed on double dig. Like, nobody really wants it yet. So, I don't know. None of these people are taking double dig from me anyhow. So, you know, look, there's an argument that I should just dig these hexes to green. The thing is, I'm building these hexes because I have temp ship, right? So I want to build these hexes while I have temp ship in. So I could dig both of these to green just to have them. But part of the problem is I want to build a stronghold next round, and so like I'm still not going to build these hexes, and so I don't know. It's a little iffy of me to want to like invest my double dig into hexes, and now cultists are going to double dig the center, which I guess that gives them a sanctuary, but like I don't even think that's good for them. So fine, they're allowed to do this. They're not opening double temple anymore either. Like I don't know what they just did, but I don't think it's good. So am I not taking the coins? So taking the coins is also pretty reasonable, everybody. But I'm also just delaying because I don't know what pass tiles I'm getting yet. But like I might just get to pass for 7 coins, which is what I would love to do. Like basically, I don't think there's any need for me to commit to power actions this round. I don't know what my power is a very flexible resource, and I don't know what I'm going to be short on yet because I don't know what's happening. Like it now looks like cultists are going to pass for coins, which means I'm going to get the big building tile, which means then I don't need a worker's power action, and so now I will want to use my power for coins. But like until I know what's happening, I just it's very risky. Now I missed this. This is very nice from Eric here. He is opening temple for dwellings. That's very good normally as alchemists. And he already has 1 shipping. Um, this is why NerdCube's so good. I did not see this as a possibility for him, and this is annoyingly good for him. Thanks, George. Thanks for being on my side of just not taking any power actions yet. Double dig A5 is what you're saying. Where the hell is A5? Up here? Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. I could dig this and leave them. I could have done that. But that's just like investing my power into hexes that I can't build on until round 3. Like, I'd rather make sure I have my power for whatever's coming up. I'd love to pass on to this tile. I really want to build my stronghold next round. And the workers are very helpful, and the points are helpful. Especially since we got Earth 1 blocked. So, we're definitely going to pass here. Given that cultists have no power, we can open next round with a coins power action. And then we'll save the rest of our power to hopefully take double dig in round 3. I'm just seeing if there's anything I'm missing, but I don't think so. I don't think we're getting any more leech this round, so it's not like we're going to overflow on power here. Yeah, seems fine. I really think cultists lost sight of what they should be doing. I think the double temple plan was really good for them, and I think this double dig is really an inefficient use of their power. I get that it just gets them a sanctuary town without a bridge, but I think it was wrong to take the double dig for them. But I mean, I'm actually kind of glad that I left it to them because I think it encouraged them to take a bad move. So Chaos are doing exactly kind of what we thought. I really like what Chaos did this round. I think it's quite good. The only thing I don't love about Chaos is that they took Air 2. I generally would have just taken Fire 1. I mean, they're going to have more power, so they have some more flexibility, but the thing is, like, to make their sanctuary, they don't have enough workers as is. They need 1 more, which can be the priest, but then you also need more coins. I guess they have enough coins now, but yeah, whatever. It's fine, but NerdCube pulled out a really nice opening. I mean, he's used up all of his power, but he did open Temple for Dwellings as Alchemist and has Earth 1 and has 1 ship in. That's a pretty good opening, and he gets to pass for the Spade, presumably. He could take something else, but I would guess he spades this and hopes to get this before we get there, and we don't actually care about this hex. So getting these 2 hexes is actually quite good for NerdCube. He might even beat Cultist to this then. Either way, getting to this... Actually, yeah, getting here and then here also opens up this and this. Like, the Alchemist game is actually going quite a bit better than I would have thought. Cultists are getting a spade here. I forgot that. So that is good for them. We are going to get a bit more leech then. So that's cool. We're definitely taking a coins power action. We're going to build our stronghold here. And then we want to double dig for some of these hexes, but we'll get around to that. Do we want to send a priest anywhere? Both fire. The water track's open, but um, maybe we do send a priest first, huh? Nah, then we might overflow power. We just should take the coins. It looks really unlikely that Chaos would take them, but I think it's kind of a disaster if we don't take a coins power action, so. Similar plan in Cultist Triple Dig E5. I couldn't believe it, but you can't really plan around that. Alright, I'm convinced by this round. I was also team Act 6, but I'm in a great spot. Yeah, good work, Crooks. Yeah, Alchemists have a bit of a lack of leech. Watch out for D10. D10 is this. So, Alchemist beating me to this. Cultist beating me to this. Maybe. I mean, I'll have to watch out for it, but to be honest, I'm not very worried about it. I'm gonna have a stronghold, and like I could just fly here, and then like I don't know. I'm gonna fly here certainly with one of them. I guess I need to take. Actually, I probably fly here. This is always too important, and I just don't trust Nerdcube. I don't trust Chaos. I think I probably lock this up. I'd like to lock this up. I mean, I'm definitely gonna need to expand pretty rapidly after this, but like I have a lot of expansion options, so. We'll get it figured out. We definitely have this whole, points issue, but we'll work on that. I mean, Fire 1 is going to turn out to effectively be quite a lot of points for us this game. Just 15 coins is going to mean that we have a lot more coins, and having a lot more coins is going to let us build more stuff. It's going to let us take our higher victory point towns rather than having to settle for coin towns. So there's a bunch of benefits. We are still looking pretty likely to need 2 bridges this game. So much like yesterday, I would like to get those bridges kind of out of the way. Nerdcube probably wants a bridge, although he doesn't necessarily need one, but he might want a bridge. Luckily, Chaos already took one of their bridges, so that part's good. But yeah, Cultist double spading this relieving bridge pressure is actually quite incredible. Yeah, right? Because otherwise Cultists a lot of times would like to bridge through here, but Cultists are likely to now try to take these hexes for a town as well, and eventually see Chaos join them or something. But that means Cultists probably don't need a bridge at all this game, which is, yeah, very nice because we are planning on 2 bridges, which can be a lot on this map. Alchemists are going for a stronghold. They're going to convert a priest to a worker. I think that makes sense for them, but yeah, this looks a bit more painful at least, which is good because I was a little concerned witches were having almost too good of a game. We have been accepting all the leech we've been offered, but that's generally the right thing to do. We'll build this just start getting our stronghold going just in case we somehow are getting leech from somebody, in case cultists are going to go for a second temple, I guess, We are giving a decent bit of power back to alchemists with this, but again, our stronghold just belongs here, so it's okay. We are going to stronghold, and then I do think I still have to fly here. I think this is too important, but it's a little risky. Like, it's a little tempted to take this, but I just don't I don't think alchemists are getting here anytime soon, so I don't think it's that worrisome, but we'll see. Elk have to decline the leech. Oh yeah, actually this was the perfect time to give it to them because they're gonna get 12 power off their stronghold. Haha. Oh yeah, awesome. That's true. This power currently actually is doing them literally nothing. So that was yeah, Chaos also, like, yeah, they had to decline all that because it's just gonna overflow because they're gonna be maxed out after building their stronghold here. They are gonna have a double dig available to them, but they don't have workers. But I guess they don't need workers. They're gonna produce workers for next round. They are gonna want to just secure hexes. They could take this, but we just don't need this hex, right? Like, this hex just doesn't actually matter to, like, it allows us to not have to sanctuary town. So I guess this hex does something for us. We do see a second temple from cultists now. This hex does allow us to build a town here, and then it lets us sanctuary town here, which has some value, but I don't care. Like, if Alchemist takes that from us in a sec, so be it. I mean, the alternative, I guess, is I double dig right now and carve out spaces. Double digging now to carve out space is more tempting for me, partly because it denies alchemists, but I just don't love hexes just hovering. All right, the bigger concern is if we don't get double dig next round. How likely is that? It is a bit of a problem. We probably don't have the option to double dig next round, so we probably need to take it here. I'd like to think that alchemists can't mess with our game, but I mean, again, they could take this from us. I don't think they would yet, but my concern is like it puts a lot of pressure on ourselves to take this hex and still get over here. But we have a lot of pressure on a lot of hexes. This thing does potentially save us some shipping and save us another dig in the future, but if Chaos Magician passes, where are they going to double dig? They're going to take temp shipping and dig here and where? Like, I don't actually see where Chaos Magicians opens with double dig next round. I don't see where Cultists are going to double dig next round. So I think we risk it. Maybe CM digs F3. So, yeah, right? Like, CM could try to take this, but the thing is, I want to fly here this round, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lock this up because this is too critical to everything for us. So, I have to be on this hex. Yeah, I agree, Logus. It's clearly this hex. Like, as much as I would like to be up here or over here, like this hex is how we connect to all of these green hexes. So it's pretty devastating if we lose this. So we're gonna do that fly. Depending on how things look, we might send the first priest to air just because it might be points later, and sending priest to cults is good and all that type of stuff. Nerdcube does take the workers power action. Makes sense. He has the spade in hand still, right? So he's going to build another dwelling. That means he's not temp shipping or not double digging. Cultists are not double digging, so we still have the option to double dig. I'm still going to have to actually think about that. I think Elk might dig F4 and pressure F5. Yes, I agree. Alchemists are almost certainly going here, is my theory. And I'm okay with Alchemist taking this. I don't really care. I plan to go up through here. The bigger concern is if Alchemist keeps sneaking through here and somehow beat us to D10. That's kind of the bigger concern. But yeah, Alchemists are definitely coming here, as expected. And yeah, Alchemists almost certainly want to get here. So we have a lot of power. We probably are going to use it for double dig at this point. Our opponents don't look super likely to threaten us on a hell of a lot. I'm going to send a priest here. We might take the bridge as well. We have so much power and it's kind of sitting around ready to be used. I guess there's also the argument if we want to pass tile. This is okay scoring, but I'm gonna send the priest there. I think I want to do that in all scenarios, and I think I want to just continue getting information on what my opponents are doing and leaving me. So yeah, to be completely honest, I am expecting Alchemist to take these hexes for their town. I'm assuming Alchemists are going to avoid a bridge up here just because it's more efficient. But I'm expecting Alchemists want a bridge. Um, so I mean, there's like it's still round two. There's not that much bridge pressure, but I agree relieving bridge pressure is important on this map. Alchemist does go for the points. It makes sense. I'm guessing that means cultists are going to take the spade. I think we would have liked the spade, but it's totally okay if we don't get it. We'll just take another 6 coins and continue just having a rocking economy. Um, I think I think we're at the point where our opponents still don't have enough power to realistically mess with us, so we can just turn these hexes green without really much fear of reprisal. There's just better expansion paths for like, yeah, I think there's just better expansion for our opponents than messing with us. And I think we do need to get this out of the way because I don't know if we can guarantee getting it next round. I just want to double check that I'm not crazy. Alchemists have no power, so they only have enough for single dig. I don't think there's any way they're gonna mess with us. Not when they can take this hex and build 2 more hexes next round. Like, Alchemists are almost certainly going to take this and build these 2 with a ship advance. Cultists aren't going to dig us. It's really just Alchemist, I think. I guess Chaos could dig this. I don't really know what Chaos are going to do. I don't really trust Chaos, I guess, is the problem. I could do a really painful worker to 3 power to a worker here just so I could lock that hex up, but I don't like that either. I'm just going to dig and not build and see how it goes. I think I'm not going to build bridges yet either. Like, I kind of want to, but I don't really actually want to yet, so. All right, folks, we've left ourselves in a slight little bit of risk, and we're going to see how it goes. Hey, Board Games Not Boring Games. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good sleep. A5 and E5 is where you would have dug. So yeah, so the D6 dig is risky, right? Because multiple people can touch it. So, and we don't really need it. So maybe it was safer to just go here and here. Chaos take coins. I think that means we're pretty safe. I mean, this is a lot. This is pretty painful for Alchemists, and Alchemists do just take that hex as expected. Sometimes I do like playing with Nerdcube. I can predict the man. I know what he's up to. He's gonna advance ship and build these. I guess that means he has 3 workers he could do something else with, but meh, whatever. We're gonna build this hex. I think it's this one. I guess this one is where we lose our town. This one completely loses our town, right? Green is a triple dig for cultists, so they're not gonna touch us, right? Yeah, they won't do anything to us. They wouldn't dare. Yeah, I don't know. I'll go here. Yeah, so the D6 move is greedy. It's risky. So A5 is definitely under threat, right? Like, but actually apparently it's not because Chaos aren't even, well, Chaos I thought for sure we're going to start advancing ship, but they are doing a very understandable just get the 2 key town, right? I guess they still will advance ship. They have the ship scoring, so you'd think they would, but E5 is good to go for bridge too. Yeah, E5 is good. Like, I could take a bridge this round to actually build on D9, so that part's nice. But I'll build D6 next. I will take a bridge, I think, next action to build here. We're going to have to get both A5 and D10. So it is leaving this stuff just kind of hanging, but I don't. I mean, we're gonna have the long-term problem that NerdCube might eventually have advanced dig before we get over here. So I mean, the alternative is actually maybe we come here and we dig through this one, right? Maybe we just come here. Even if Chaos never joins us here, we could just get a 5 hex, and then do one expensive trading post or whatever. Like, there's a lot of options. All right, we get away with our risky line. Misclick, my bad. Whoops, what? He didn't want to take that red, or did he use workers? I don't know. I didn't realize, but yeah, he just took this. I guess taking this makes some sense though, right? Or no, it doesn't, because he always has a sanctuary town here, so this can't be a sanctuary town. That's very painful that Chaos got beat here. Chaos are gonna have a lot of problems now this game. Losing that hex is Chaos's connection. Chaos could try to get through here still, I guess, but he takes a ship town, so he's gonna advance ship again, but he lost this hex, so that's really bad for Chaos. H2 is too easy for Elk to disrupt. H2. Yeah, that part's true, Logus. So I probably still fly here and hope to get the... Like, I don't know. My third town is under risk of Alchemist no matter what. So we'll see. I think Alchemist is okay letting me up here. The big issue is like NerdCube's really good. I think NerdCube's in a decent position this game. I think Alchemist just did bad things. I think Cultists are not doing great things. I don't think they're doing terrible, but I think Alchemists are most likely to disrupt us. But maybe I'm overestimating. Like, I don't know. We still have a lot of problems in the whole points department. So we could fly anywhere, but I think this move is to get this bridge and then just build D8 while we can. I guess there's a risk that NerdCube could hard dig D8, but that looks too painful to him to consider. So, because he can't even build on it. Yeah, he ain't gonna do that. A5 is now like completely safe, so we can thank our cultist friends for completely negating that threat. We can kind of worry about this much later, so now we can put focus on securing D10 and D2. We are going to run out of workers pretty rapidly to secure hexes with, so we will want to think about that. We kind of want a copy of Water 1 pretty badly this game too, and we're not rushing that. So we might need to think about building a temple for Water 1 next round. Yeah, we'd probably build a temple for Water 1 next round. Did NerdCube upgrade digging or shipping? It wouldn't be a Ryan game if we had points early. I mean, Crix, like, I play a variety of styles, but you are correct that I certainly lean towards the economy side of Terra Mystica than the greedily let's take points side of Terra Mystica. So yeah, I mean the big hope of this game, right, is that I'm still gonna get 3 towns and I'm gonna take like 10 I'm gonna try to take some of the highest victory point towns. So ideally I'm gonna score like 45 victory points in towns alone. I'm hoping to get 18 points in network. I'm hoping to get like 12 points out of Water 1. I might get, like a 4-point air one. Hopefully I'll build a sanctuary in this round. I'm hopefully going to at least hit the pass tiles for another, hopefully I get 2 more pass tiles this game for like 14-ish points. The big issue is I just don't want this shipping one because I don't want to invest in shipping until at the end of the game. So I would really like this dwelling tile, which will cultists leave it to us and probably not. Cultists probably take it. So I mean we get the spade then, but we get no points tile this round, which is we're in full economy. Oh well. We fly here, right? Yeah, this is the hex we fly to. How about Stronghold, Bonus, and Sanctuary for Water 1? Well, so passing for that would have been reasonable, but it's gone. So, you know. I think I'm just going to send another priest to air. We're like, no, I guess I could try to send 2 priests to water this game. Maybe that's better, actually. I send a priest now, and then I hope to get one of the 2 priest spots next round. I get an extra priest back. Maybe that is better. I'll have to think about that. You want to Sanctuary on D3 anyhow, right? Yeah, so the thing is I would rather Sanctuary here because now this one doesn't need a Sanctuary. So it's a little awkward that I want to build another trading post. And then it's a little awkward I want to build a temple not during the temple round. I could try to delay building the temple until round 5 and hope that I get a copy of Water 1, but there's a lot of awkwardness right now too with all my opponents being on the points tiles, because it means that I don't actually want to take a very quick next round, but that means I'm not going to necessarily have tempo in round 5 on anything. So none of that's good news, but the other thing is we're running out of dwellings to build, and I really kind of want to be securing these hexes and these hexes. I mean, that's 4 hexes I want, which like, I don't know. Our game has a few issues. Yeah, I realized that I need 3 shipping, but I'm kind of expecting to be able to take priest towns, and I'm gonna have 2 temples anyhow, right? So like, I think I can send most of my priests to the cults and have a silly number of coins. So I am gonna go for the water plan. That's okay. Maybe I should have saved that for next round is one argument, just because then I could have a longer next round, but I already did it. So our economy is great. Our resources are great. Our points are decidedly not great. Alchemists have put together a annoyingly strong game. They also are at 7 dwellings and a temple and a stronghold, which is exactly where we're at, but they have way more points than us. So that's not good. It's not good. I'm happy to watch Alchemist actually have a good game on this map, though. I was always wondering how it's done, and this apparently is it. So now we learned. Favorite pizza topping? No, I'm boring, just pepperoni. Let's see, what's some of the other stuff? It might pay off to do more trading post and dwellings and go air 1 instead of waiting for water 1. So, yeah, I was just thinking about that too, Logus, right? Like, I have the ability to just build a bunch of trading posts this round, which allows me to build dwellings that I otherwise wouldn't get to build. And so then, like, I just build a temple for air 1 and then a sanct. I don't even know if I need... I probably need fire 2, so I build sanctuary for fire 2 at the end. It's a path to points, right? It means that I'm not going to block any of these guys from water 1. It means that I really need to get on a pass tile next round, but it could work out. The other thing I was considering, and it's probably a bit late now, is if I was supposed to advance digging, but given that we only need 2 more hexes this game and I have a spade, advanced digging is clearly wrong. So probably sanctuary D3, correct. The sanctuary goes here. I think I'm going to build a trading post here and then take these 2 hexes as my next actions before NerdCube can get digging advanced and mess with us. I mean, I guess there's the risk at this hex then, so maybe that's not that good, but I mean, I think the truth is, like, I think I want to just build all those hexes this round, so I guess the question is, how do I do that without hard digging this? Maybe I will take a single spade. I don't know. I do have, never mind, I do have 3 hexes left to dig in this game, but this hex is safe whenever. I said I needed to send 1 more priest to water. It's really the only reason this was any good at all, so I could just do that, but I don't think there's much pressure on that. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any real pressure on that. I think it's better to build this trading post at least. Building this trading post also might scare some people into rushing water 1. I don't know how many people care about that, but I think it'll be fun to at least watch the reactions of others to that threat. I mean, yeah, cultists have dug. They had to spend 3 spades for this, and they spent. Was it six spades or 5 spades for this? This is a double dig, a single dig, and this was a. Oh, that was just a triple dig, wasn't it? That's gray normally. Did they just use 3 workers? Oh my god, they did. Yeah, I mean, I think cultist game. Like, I haven't been that worried about cultists because it feels like they've been doing really expensive things. They just hard dug again. I mean, I guess they had a lot of workers, but yeah, I don't think cultists are doing particularly well. So. What happened in the meantime? Nerdcube took another priest. So I do think Nerdcube's ramping up to advanced dig. So I think I'm taking these 2 hexes right now before he does anything. That does mean this hex is kind of hanging slightly, but then I just build another trading post and I single dig. Is anybody gonna take single dig on us? I guess Chaos might. Chaos just got to 3 ships, so they can build this. Oh, they just built this. So Chaos do want single dig, huh? Okay, so let's see. Chaos might single dig, but this is a classic argument where I think they should just hard dig, right? They have enough workers. They should just hard dig, and they should save their power for better things, like another bridge. Will they do that? And if they don't do that, are we going to get screwed by Nerdcube? Nerdcube also doesn't have that many dwellings, though. Oh, guys, this is a little tricky. Taking the single dig here might be correct, but I don't know. I don't love locking myself into that, but losing this hex seems bad, but losing this sanctuary town seems bad. I guess worst case, this could still be our sanctuary town if it comes to that, and we could double dig this later. That sounds pretty bad, though, but I'm going to do this. I'm gonna fly with our next one to build this one. There's no real need to fly anywhere else, I don't think. So, Chaos does use single dig, so that makes us a bit sad. I think that's again a classic argument for me of when you're supposed to. I don't think you're supposed to use the power action there, but oh well. I am pretty concerned that Nerdcube's gonna come for this hex on us now, but we'll find out. Oops, I said I would even fly in there, sorry. Actually it does, never mind. So it looks like I lied. So I do have enough resources. I can build another trading post, and then I can hard dig and build this. That's okay by me. I'm okay to do that. Nerdcube has fully advanced digs now. He has only ship 2, so he can't get there yet, which is good. We'll build another trading post here. And then that frees up our ability to secure this hex. I guess that means he might still take this away from us, but honestly, losing this is really not that big of a deal because we still have our town space then already. So cultists are out of the round. That's really good news for us. That means we have a pass tile guaranteedly coming our way. I don't know which one it is yet, but I don't care which pass tile we get that bad. Actually, I do a little bit. The dwelling tile is just clearly the best, but I care about securing our town space a lot. So we're just building another trading post. Feels a little bad, but oh well. We're kind of having an okay cult game. Chaos has been investing all their priests otherwhere, and Nerdcube's also been investing all of his priests elsewhere. So, like, we get to send another priest to water, so we get a 2nd place on water, and I think we're going to win air, because I'll send at least 1 more priest to air, and we're going to take air 1. I might then, with our towns, take these 8-pointers, because I suspect they'll help us get 3rd places and really cement our 1st and 2nd. So we could still have, like, a 1st, a 2nd, and 2/3. It's a pretty good cult game, win network. Although we're not going to win network against Alchemist, what am I saying? We might tie network, I guess, but we're not going to outright win it, so it's a bit of a problem. Chaos builds another dwelling by hard digging there. Why would they do that and not hard dig here? I guess this maybe avoids a bridge, but it's very unlikely to. I don't necessarily get that move. Nerdcube's threatening this hex on us. I don't really know if he wants it, but I don't trust him at all, so we secure this hex as our next move. We have to do that. Yeah, we just have to do that. Nerdcube's also out of dwellings, but I just don't want him to take... I don't want him to mess with this hex, so we're going to hard dig and build another dwelling. We've built a lot of stuff already. We already are down to 5 things left on our board. The problem is we didn't score a lot while building it all, and we're not scoring much on the pass, so we have several problems this game. Chaos just passed. It's also not a great sign. The ship tile is the one I said I wanted the least, because I didn't really want to start advancing ship yet, especially not when I can send priests to the cults for points. I really mean the dwelling tile was best, but understandably we couldn't take it there because of the pressures on securing our towns, so not great, but not C1. What's C1? Not trading... Oh, trading post on C1? Yeah, the trading post maybe was supposed to be on C1. I didn't really think about it. Should have, but I didn't really, so... I'm kind of guessing that Nerdcube's about to pass here for that tile. We'll see, but I don't think he has strong reasons to stay in the round. Oh, nope, he's going to stay in the round. I guess he still wants to build more dwellings here and keep his economy going too. I really would prefer to get greedy and send a priest to a cult track. I'm going to assume he builds another dwelling, I guess. It also kind of looks like he might want to take a bridge power action. I guess we kind of want to take a bridge power action too. So, I don't know. There's enough things we can still get out of staying in this round that I'm going to be slightly greedy and stay in the round. We'll see. We'll see if he takes the bridge here or not. I mean, he might now pass. Yeah, he is going to pass for points now. Well, that's fine. We take another bridge then. And apparently we're going to maybe advance ship next round a little. I don't really want to, but we'll see. I do have a town coming in next round as well, because I can just build another trading post in town. I really need to build a temple for Air 1. But I don't have to do a lot else, to be honest. This hex still looks incredibly safe, so I will just take another bridge and get it out of the way. I mean, on some level, this is a little sad because I'm relieving the bridge pressure. But it looks like Chaos wants a bridge now. Nerdcube still wants a bridge. So I don't know. There's still definitely some pressure. And if people don't take bridges, we can just be a jerk and we can build one more random ass bridge for no good reason. So yeah, I think we have to take this ship tile. It does not look like it's gonna do us much, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't do us much. We also haven't built that many trading posts that building a temple for Water 1 next round isn't actually that bad, because the Water 1 would be 9 points, and then we could still maybe build an Air 1, but I haven't figured that out yet either. Maybe leave it open. Yeah, it is possible I still take Water 1. I just obviously said that without thinking. I think I might leave the ship tile open too, is what I'm debating here. I don't really think I want to score points with the ship tile next round, and leaving it open means I have an option to pass on to it. At best, it's only like 3 points, right? Like, I'm only going to advance ship like once, and so just taking this almost has to be better. But yikes, not scoring on the pass is rough. Oh well. Cultists can't use a power action here. Chaos are probably going to take the bridge. Alchemist might be at the point of the game where they take the coins, but I guess we take coins if they come to us. Maybe we don't. Well, we're not accepting that leech. That's way too much. Actually, it might be a Water 1 rush from everybody. I did forget about that. Oh, wait. No, Chaos literally can't take Water 1 here. Okay, since Chaos can't take Water 1, I mean, we're going to we're going to just build a temple for water 1. And then we can build a sanctuary for air 1, and then this could be trading post, sanctuary. This could be trading post, temple, trading post. And this, yeah, we don't even need fire 2 actually. So the bridge got taken, the coins got taken. We will take a copy of water 1. I don't think it matters which one here. So we temple for water 1. We don't actually have to do anything else. It's a little sad to pass on a free... I don't love leaving a free dwelling unbuilt, and I don't love leaving this hex undone anymore. So I might build a trading post, take a town, and get out of the round. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Nice cult presence. So the I would like to send a priest to air, but I would like to lock up a pass tile even worse. We are sitting right after Alchemist who have a pass tile, so that part is also good news, although stalling out Alchemist is impossible, so let's ignore that theory. Chaos are the other ones that have the pass tile though, so we should be pretty safe actually on pass tiles. Nerd Cubes presumably taking the last copy of water 1. Yep, so Chaos are the ones getting water 1 blocked. I build a trading post here. Is there any threat to A5 still? No, does not seem likely. So we build a trading post, we get our free dwelling, and then we're ready to pass. We would like to send priests to air. It comes with 2 coins and it helps lock up a cult, but I do think we need points. I think we need a points pass tile very badly. Our points are still really rough. Oh, bridge blocking. That's a good point too. Alchemists really want a bridge, and they would have to pass first to secure it. So they might pass this round a lot faster than I thought, in order to lock up that bridge. Although Chaos are also really close to passing. So that's fine though. Again, if Chaos pass, like I don't care which of these tiles I get. I mean, this is 9 points, this is 8 points, this is 8 points, so like whatever. It doesn't matter. I just need one of them because the rest of them are clearly not worth it for me. So Elk can always dig yeah, that's true. Alchemist can always dig this in order to make a town. They don't need a bridge because Chaos annoyingly I'm pretty annoyed at Chaos, to be honest. I don't think Chaos are doing their job here. Why would you ever take H7 when you could have taken F6, right? Like, I guess you're concerned Alchemists are going to take F7 from you, so this was a guaranteed town, whereas this was not a guaranteed town, but, like, come on. Alchemist takes more workers? That's a little interesting. Yeah, I guess Alchemist doesn't have to pass for a bridge, because they can just town here and town here, so... Oh well. We take a free flight over here. It's possible that the 8-point towns are the most important thing to us. It's possible the priest towns are still the best. It's possible that the 11-pointer is best. I guess the 8-pointers don't do a lot, it doesn't look like. So the priest towns are pretty good, but we already are producing 2 priests, so it's actually not very good, is it? Yeah, never mind. We're just going to take the 11-pointer. We're not going to... We are just going to take points, because we need points more than anything. So the 8 victory points are better because of Alch, right? Like, contesting Alchemist on some of these cults is important, but I don't know what else Alchemist is willing to do with some of their leftover priests this game. So, like, I'm not going to worry about it yet. I'm kind of guessing we're about to see Chaos pass, because otherwise I think I might pass. Whether or not they realize that. They don't realize that. Okay, so now the question is, see, if I pass, I think that leaves the rest of the round to be pretty intriguing. I guess Alchemist is sitting right after Chaos, so there's that annoyance. Alchemist does take the last priest spot on fire. Cultists do have a lot of priests that they could send to tracks. Maybe we should send one more priest to air here before passing. I guess there's really not much risk to us passing, or to waiting out a little longer here. We still have a trading post we can build at any time. And Chaos, we're definitely in position to get either Chaos or that. We have no need to pass first, really. So yeah, I'll go for more resources and hopefully more cult points. Yeah, good luck, Logos, in your game. I don't think we're winning this game, but 7 coins not needed. Super, we do not need 7 coins. We already produce 7 coins. We have 8 coins coming from the cult, so that's 15 coins. We do need to advance ship a couple times. We need like a sanctuary, right? But like, we have a lot of power, which is coins. Like, we actually have a lot of coins. Now, the 7 coins action is strong. I'd still like it, but it's actually not as critical for us as it has been for a while. Our big issue this game is our economy has been so strong and so good, and we've failed to get enough ways to turn that into points. Our points are still going to be pretty good by the end of the game, don't get me wrong. Like, we've had a solid game. My concern is that alchemists still have way too many resources, and Earth 1 and Water 1. I think they're having a better game. I think they're going to wind up winning. I think Chaos have had a pretty good game, but I think getting Water 1 blocked has somewhat stalled out their potential here. Cultist goes ahead and takes 2 Keytown. That's totally fine. I'm pretty happy that Cultist just beat Chaos on Fire Cult, actually. That's totally good for us. Sending the priest to air is the same benefit as 7 coins anyhow. Yeah, correct. So, yeah, I agree. I think this game is looking pretty likely to be an Alch win followed by me second, but we'll see. Alchemist might pass here, realizing that we're gonna pass and block them if they don't. Although Alchemist, I'm really curious. I would hope that Chaos is gonna. Wow, Alchemists don't pass. I guess that Hex was important, but this is a decent break for us at least. Alchemists aren't going to get a pass tile into the final round, which is... I mean, they do have so many resources. I guess, to be fair, this is NerdCube's classic argument. It makes sense that they didn't pass because... anyhow, sorry, we have to pass now. We can't continue to get greedy with sending priests to cult or anything, because cultists now could pass, and then we're never going to outweight alchemists. So sorry, I have to do some quick conversions. We're producing only 4 power, so we don't have to convert. Are we potentially going to get any free leeches? Probably not, but I don't think it's going to hurt us to convert 1 power here. So, anyhow, I agree with you, Gray, that I think this is a pretty clear Alchemists are going to win this game. I think it's fairly likely that we have second. There's a chance that I'm underestimating Chaos, but I think Chaos have run out of ways to make points. Like, they can build a stronghold next round, but that's not very efficient. They can't build that many more dwellings without building trading posts, and trading posts aren't very efficient. They've already upgraded their shipping fully, so like maybe they advance digs as a path to points, but that's not that efficient. Chaos don't even have like a guaranteed network win over cultists yet, so they might have to fight that. But yeah, I don't think they have a lot of points coming in the next round. I guess they do have the ship tile, so they're still gonna be... They should still end the game at like 110, and then probably third on network is 116, and then... Oh, actually their cults are pretty awful too. Okay, yeah, I should be ahead of them. They're looking to be like 120s to 130s. I think we're still 130s to 140s. I think Alchemists still are on their path to like 150s, 160s. And I think cultists are likely last, but we'll see. Um, yeah, Gray, exactly. After I looked closer, Chaos are doing much worse on cults than I expected. They just have like nothing going. 2-for-1 leeches I would normally accept, but our game is still just so strong that I literally don't. I think I'm gonna run out of good things to do with resources. I'm gonna build a sanctuary, 2 trading posts. I have a free dwelling, and then I build a dwelling. I guess I do need a decent bit of stuff because I'm also hoping to ship 3 times. Yeah, it can't be that wrong to accept that. Um, but yeah, well, this has been an interesting game for sure. We can't take another one of those though because we will overcharge. So we have to decline several of these. So yeah, it does look like it looks pretty understandable that Nerdcube's just gonna dig. He's just gonna triple dig like this hex right here, I think. Anyhow, looping way back to why Nerdcube didn't pass super early. This was a classic argument that I've been having with him lately. I do think a lot of times people pass too early. If he had passed here with all those resources, he would have passed on really expanding his economy because he's building all these trading posts while still getting to backfill them with dwellings. And all this extra coin production and stuff is going to save him points in the final round. So I think it was fine for him not to. Now, with that said, him doing all this, like, he's not going to get a pass tile in the final round, and he is only getting 4 points on the pass here. I guess he still has 2 towns coming in, though, too, and he should win network. But his cults are pretty bad, so maybe we still have a small chance, but I think he has to still be winning this, but... Yeah, I don't think anybody actually needs a bridge anymore, Logus. Nerdcube clearly doesn't need a bridge. I don't think it does him anything. Cultists don't need this bridge either. So I think there's no bridge needed in the final round, which is a bit surprising. Our next round likely needs to be build a trading post and then finally lock this hex up. I think we have enough to just hard dig it. We need 4 workers, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 workers, and we have 13. So that we definitely can do a hard dig because that would be 12 workers. I don't know how many coins we need. It's a lot, but we probably have them. Nerdcube's making a town right here. Probably going to be a priest town, and it is. We will take 8-point towns next round too. If we're allowed to, which I guess we should be, but... Yeah, do we tie on network? So it's an interesting question, right? Will alchemists leave 2 temples on their board? I mean, we're going to leave 2 temples on our board. Given where he's at and that he had to do this triple dig, he's going to build a sanctuary and then a trading post and 2 dwellings. That takes 8 workers. That's all he has. And he still has to do the digs. So yeah, actually I do think we tie Alchemist on network too, which is important. But he is already at 92. So yeah, he should be ahead of us by a good bit. We have a lot of points to make up on him. And even though we do have quite a few points to make in the final round, that's probably too much to make up. So we also, I forgot, are going to have to build an expensive trading post. It's a slight sad. It's not a big deal, but it's a slight sad. We do need a ton of coins, actually. Like, we do have a lot of resources, and I know I said that, and I think we're going to still be okay, but now that I'm adding up in my head, it is a lot. It's 9 coins of trading posts, and a sanctuary is 15, an advancing ship is 27, and the dwelling is 29. We have... although I just said we need 29 coins, but we're going to have 22 coins plus 9 power. So we actually have enough coins even with all of that expense. So never mind, we're still fine. We have all the resources we need, so we really do just need high victory point towns. So we really need this town, though. Is there any chance cultists disrupt it? I don't think so, but I think I feel safest about the idea of just building this trading post and securing this hex as our next actions, and then we'll sanctuary and get our towns going. It does mean that we're losing slight tempo on towns, which could come to bite us a little bit, but oh well, it's okay. There's nothing to do about it. I think we leave ourselves the option to just leech free power. Again, we don't actually need more resources as far as I can tell. We don't have any extra priests right now, so there is this slight annoyance that air cults we're not actually locking up because we don't have a priest to send to it. So that's also slightly sad, but it's probably okay. I don't think Chaos's best move is to build a temple to take air 3 and send both priests to air. I mean, we'll see, but we're getting a free power here, but like Nerdcube's declining. I think I also want to decline. The only step they're going to take is on air, and I don't want to help them with that, so I also didn't think about if we're fighting for air 1, but we might get air 1 blocked. I just realized, which that would suck. That was bad of me, actually, yeah. There's really no... Yeah, we're going to get air 1 blocked. George, yeah, you're correct. I just noticed that as well. We're going to lose air 1, so that's not good. That was a mistake. We could have blocked Alchemist from air 1, but we didn't. So that was sloppy. Yeah, that's just bad, everybody. That was just bad. Nerdcube is also taking one of the 8-point towns. It makes enough sense. There is a chance he sends a priest to water now, which would be annoying. He does take air 1, so we're air 1 blocked. Yep. That was bad. Not getting air 1 here is not good. Yeah, that was just ugly. Throwing for Big Cube. I mean, Nerdcube is beating us anyhow, but yeah, blocking Nerdcube from Air 1 would have been good, and getting it for ourselves was important. I'm just kind of irrationally worried about this Hex, I guess. I mean, the truth is cultists are not going to mess with it, and I just don't like leaving liabilities, but Air 1 was... Well, I mean, this Hex is more important than Air 1, but just nobody's coming for that Hex, so... Oh well. I'm a little surprised Nerdcube took a 8 victory point town now that I'm thinking about it. He does still need the workers to build a trading post and 2 dwellings. And he doesn't have spot... Well, this Hex lets him get to another Hex, I guess. And he had... Never mind, yeah, he has enough workers. He only needs 1 dig to get the 2 dwellings out, so... He's going to tie us on network, so we're going to get a tied network at least, which is good, but... Losing Air 1 here was sloppy. It might... I'm still a little nervous about second here, because Chaos like still has a lot of points and a lot of resources. I don't totally know how they're going to convert those resources to points. I'm very surprised to see Chaos take a coin town there. I don't... It almost has to be advanced dig, but... I don't think they should take a coin town. But that's quite good news for us, because I think it means we get a priest town and an 8-point town. I think there's no towns left to be created. Oh no, cultists still have a town left. Well, that sucks, because cultists will probably take a 9-point town, which means we're going to get left with an 8-pointer and a 7-pointer. 7-pointer is not very good for us, but... at this point, we just hard dig this Hex, I guess. Well, the alternative is that we... do take a 9-point town while we can, but I don't really know what... I don't even know what favorite tile I want at this point. Like, do we need to take Air 3? I don't know. I'll just secure this Hex. Yeah. This was a sloppy endgame. Not majorly sloppy, but missing that we were gonna get air one blocked was bad. I just did not think about it. I so rarely think about having to worry about getting air one blocked, honestly, but it makes enough sense here. Nobody else had other things to do, so. Do I have enough priests? I have just enough priests to advance ship 3 times. That's all I really need to do. Speaking of which, I think I advance ship here so that I can take a priest town. I guess actually I can just take a priest town anyhow, right? Just convert a priest to a worker. Well, no, priests still have value to me. I'll advance ship once and see what happens. Actually, there is the slight concern that we're going to lose our only other free hex. So maybe I should just build the trading post first. Yeah, I'm just gonna build a trading post here and take an 8 victory point town, and then hope for some reason that cultists don't really want a priest town. Which there's some reason for cultists to not want a priest town. They have so much they could do if they could just build a bit more. Although I guess they might want a priest town just to advance ship a bit more. I really don't know how cultists are ending this game. They don't really have a clear path to needing much, but they might need workers more than they need anything else. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This gives us some slight little stuff, so it also lets us get this dwelling down before anybody does anything to our hex. Well, this has been a pretty good game still. We had a nice witches game, we had fun, but just not enough points during the mid game. Unlike yesterday, we didn't get on the pass tiles well enough, and I just don't think the track was as supportive. We also had to bid a lot more to play him today, right? So that wasn't helpful either. Declining this free power again, I think, is the right move. I just don't want to have any concern about cultists sneaking up past us. Although, it is a free point, and at this point, are cultists gonna? Well, yeah, no, I still don't like it, so I won't. You're gonna dig anyway if you want to connect last dwelling. What? No, I'm just building this dwelling here. Why am I not just building this dwelling here? Oh, okay, never mind. Super is sleepy. All right, fair enough. They do take a worker town. That's a huge sigh of relief for Team Witches. That's just straight up 2 more points for us by taking a priest town. So thank you, Team Cultists, for needing workers still at the end of the game here. Yeah, that was a good break for us. We will get to put a dwelling over here. We'll advance ship. We'll take a priest town. We'll probably take fire 3 at this point, I guess. I don't know. Like, I'll think about it. But the first move is to just build this dwelling. Get that part of our network. The sanctuary is at least 5 points, so that takes us to 74, and then 79 with the town, 88 with the town. The ship advances are 9 points, so that brings us to 97, and we pass for 8. We're at least at 105. 105 with a shared network and a first, a second, and maybe a third in the cult. I mean, it's like 130. But yeah, it's not clear to me that we're beating Chaos Magicians yet either. Chaos has probably 12 points on the pass. Probably second on network is 18. This is 22 points. probably third, 24. We're going to give them second place here is 28 more points. That brings them almost to 130 already, and they have resources to not do a lot, but probably get another 6 to 7 points. They're mid 130s. It's not clear to me we're going to beat that, actually, unfortunately. And Nerd Cube still looks to be... Well, he doesn't have that many points left, does he? Maybe I might have overestimated everybody's scores. I mean, I still don't think we can win, but Nerd Cube doesn't... He only has 4 passing points. He's going to have maybe 6 points in resources. So call him about 125 plus a shared network win is 140 and dribbles a cult. I mean, it's mid 140s. That should win, but yeah. We advance ship here. How are we going to overcome the gap? Pure cheating. Pure cheating is how we win. Yeah, it turns out I should have probably been accepting cultist free leeches when I had the chance to encourage him to beat Chaos and Air. That is probably an important shift that I wasn't doing. I also think it means that I should almost certainly take Earth 3 with my favor, because I don't think the gap on Alchemist makes a goddamn bit of difference. We're gonna lose to them regardless, so stealing 2 points from Chaos is much more important. It does look like Chaos used their last priest for something. Just advancing dig. Yeah, that made sense. But it looks like Chaos would be, I think, crazy to build a temple when they could build a 1-point trading post, or they can just actually build dwellings now. Sorry, they're going to dig and build a dwelling. I guess they might take a temple. The upshot is we could just keep delaying them, right? I don't have to build my sanctuary here. I don't have to commit to a favor yet. I'll just advance ship 2 more times. So yeah, I just keep advancing ship here. We have all the resources for our sanctuary still, so I'll advance ship twice, see what Chaos does. If Chaos doesn't commit to the cults, I can take Earth 3. If they do, I can take Fire 3. And hopefully we can get second on Chaos, and if we don't, well, whatever, these things happen. We played a pretty nice game. I think the biggest issue for us was just, yeah, like, we either, like, I always think pass tiles are part skill and part just kind of lucky breaks on how they break. Like, some games, without even really thinking about it, the pass tiles you want the most are just there for you when you're ready to pass. And then other games, they're not. And this game, during the mid game, we just never could get onto the dwelling scoring tile, which was going to be a really good one for us. And we really needed to eke some more points out of the mid game like that. We also had slightly more constraints this game than I thought, even with being witches without a color neighbor. There's just enough hexes on this map that people might take from us. And Alchemist, when they upgrade digging, is always scary. I just didn't think Alchemists were going to get enough worker economy going early to have to be worried about them actually having extra resources to dig anytime soon. But this was really quite well done by NerdCube. It was very cool to watch him get Temple 4 dwellings opening. With all that said, even as good as it looked, I think he's still just going to get like a 140s game, because it's just so hard on this map to get... It's so hard to get on natural blacks quickly. It's so hard to get really rolling. It's so hard to get towns. Those things did slow him down enough that, you know, he just couldn't have like a stupidly crushing game like you can on the base map. It is still just much worse for them, but anyhow, we continue to advance ship like we're supposed to. Act 2 is still available for Chaos. Yeah, I agree. So Chaos could take a priest. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. They could build a trading post and another dwelling still. I don't know how much cultists are pushing them on network. Oh, cultists aren't pushing them on network at all, are they? Oh no, cultists are trying to, aren't they? Cultists are trying to build a dwelling and they're trying to build a dwelling and then still connect with a ship, and they would, if they build one more dwelling, they have 6 things left on their board, and Chaos has 6 things left on their board. Yeah, so Chaos might really want to build that extra dwelling, although cultists can't. They don't currently have the power. But if cultists build this dwelling, we'll give them the power. I don't know if they know that, but I will. Oh, this was actually really good too. I missed that this just happened. Chaos just got pushed to the bottom of air. I mean, I guess that might make Chaos build a temple for Air 3 and Earth 3 or something, but that's pretty inefficient as well. And then if cultists do tie them on network, that's pretty big. So I think Chaos should go for the network fight. Oh, Chaos can't fight network because they don't have enough workers. They would need a workers power actually that doesn't exist. Awkward. I hope cultists realize that they can build this dwelling, and then I might even just accept the leech so that they have enough to advance ship, or I can build my sanctuary to give them the leech so that they can advance ship. I would like cultists to tie Chaos on network pretty badly. Hopefully they will. That would be very like cultists. To be fair, have played a pretty good game. Like I think they've done some wrong things that have hurt them, but it's not been like a disaster by any means. This is still a pretty good player making some reasonable moves. So that would be quite clever right at the end if they did that. I guess there's a problem that Nerdcube actually might take this hex though. That would suck. Or wait, no, Nerdcube already built all of his dwellings, didn't he? Yeah, never mind. Nerdcube's just gonna pass. That's all he has left to do. Shouldn't I be taking Act 2 because I'm going to convert 3 power to a worker? What am I converting 3 power to a worker for, Lumen? What am I building? I'm building a sanctuary, but I'm sure as hell not converting 3 power to a worker. Now, should I take the priest anyhow? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. I think it's converting a point into a priest, and that doesn't look very good. Yeah, Chaos doesn't know what to do here at the end. I don't really know what Chaos is supposed to do either, to be honest. This is actually a really like confusing position for Chaos. Like Temple for Air 3 and Earth 3 is like not very good, but maybe that's what they're supposed to do. Um yeah, I don't know. You're trying to sabotage. Yeah, it could be. I mean, you don't really need to sabotage me. I'm just going to lose to Nerdcube. They are templing. I'm assuming it has to be Earth 3, Air 3. I think it's the only thing that makes any sense for them. Which, that's okay. They basically just spent 3 points in order to get, like, 3 points. So, it's really nothing. I could build the sanctuary right now. That gives cultists a free power, and then cultist builds next to me, and if I decline, they have enough. If I accept, they have enough. And so doing this signals to cultists that they can safely build this and still connect. Yeah, I think that's the play. I think this signals to cultists. We also know what favor tile to take now. It's Fire 3. Because yeah, it's just obviously Fire 3 now. So because Earth 3's gone, we really would like to take points away from Chaos, but we can't. So yeah, we just take Fire 3. If we're taking Fire 3, we get 3 power, so we convert a power to a coin here. We kind of need to convert another power to a coin, but I want to get greedy to be able to accept Cultist Leech. Oh wait, no, we can do my favorite trick here, can't we? Oh no, we can't. Yeah, let's reset. We're converting a power to a coin, and then we have an extra worker, right? It's not doing anything. So we do our sanctuary like this. We take Fire 3. We get a priest town. We take Fire 3. Now we can even accept a free power, which is going to cost Chaos a point. And it doesn't cost us a point, so manipulating our power there to the right level is convenient. Again, it also like guaranteedly let cultists know that they can build this dwelling and then still have the resources. Or oh, does it? Wait, they're still short, aren't they? God damn it! I did do this too early. Shit, I've been miscounting. Yeah, shit. They still need 3 power. Fudge. That was my bad. God dang it. I needed to let them build and accept and then give it to them. Whoops. I thought I was being fancy and I'm not. I don't know how lucky you got. I think you might have just saw something the rest of us missed, right, Eric? I don't know. Like you did very well, right? Like you played really good. I think I played very well too, but I paid a lot of victory points thinking Alchemist didn't have a game here and you did have a game, right? So uh Chaos Magicians on this map are also quite good. As always, I think I might have undervalued them slightly because they're pretty close to us still. I think I'm ahead of them, but like, yeah. And yeah, unfortunately, I messed this up for cultists. They can't build this dwelling to tie chaos, so that was really unfortunate. Um, oh, you're gonna beat chaos on Earth still because chaos. Oh, nice. Well, thanks, Eric. That's good. Team Ryan gets second place. Is happy. Think the D5 hex is pivotal in black brown. Yeah, I mean Nerdcube starting here right away was very important to him. These starting spots are real good, and then getting the priest, getting the single spade. Maybe it was pretty lucky, I guess, because you did need priest and single spade in order to pull off your opening, and people could have blocked it. I mean, whatever. You played a great game and you deserve to win here. I mean, you played a real like surprising and tricky line that I don't think anybody saw. Um, I wanted nothing to do with them all bidding. I just continued to think there was only misery down the alchemist's life. So I am sad that I messed this up for cultists. I thought they were gonna get to build the dwelling and still advance ship, and they could have if I just didn't. If I had waited to build that, I needed to accept their leech. Yeah, I needed to accept their leech and then give it to them. Oh, they're still building it. I guess that makes sense, but they can't connect now, which is sad, and we don't want to accept this anymore. It looks like we're ending with just 2 points of resources. That's a bit sad too, but there's no need to. Oh, we definitely had to decline that. Cultists were going to tie us otherwise. That would have been disastrous. Cultists can't get a priest. They can't beat us on air. So this priest does nothing for us. Eric's going to steal a point. Oh, Eric could steal a point from us, but then we send our priest to fire. He still costs us a point, but why not take it from. Presumably, he takes this point from chaos. I mean, this is a guaranteed point for him, whereas this is, yeah, it doesn't really do him anything. So that's good. Yeah, I think we're passing. It doesn't look like I can use those resources to do anything. I can't get any more points on the cults. Both of our opponents basically have to pass. Yeah. I don't see any reason to use any of these resources. So, yeah, we just pass. Yeah, I mean, again, this is a pretty good Witches game. We tie for network, so we get up to, what, that's 120, 128, 132, 134. 2 resource points is 136. It's pretty good. Nerdcube's at 131, plus resources is 135, 139, 141. So we only lose by like 5. It's a pretty good game. Chaos has 6 points on network, is 118, 122, 124, 126, and a resource point is like 127. So pretty good for them too. But all right, nothing bad with us getting a good solid second place here by only like 5-ish points is totally reasonable. I do think now realizing Nerdcube had to get the priest power action and single spade in round 1, and he did. That wasn't guaranteed, and I think his game's a lot worse if he doesn't get away with that. And then the pass tiles definitely broke kind of poorly for us during the mid game, like we said. If we could have got on that, if we could have got even, I think, one more shot at like dwelling scoring during the mid game, I think that maybe makes up. That might be 5-point difference for us. Honestly, I'm not sure, but who knows? Check this out. I don't know what we're checking out, buddy. Oh, I also miscalculated your score, didn't I? Yeah, never mind. You're much farther ahead than I thought. Okay, never mind. We were gonna lose to him probably, but he converted his points before passing. Oh, that's what I was checking out. I see. Yeah, you're not sorry. You used your ability to convert to points. Nice. Okay, yeah. Well done. Well done. Nice style points. Yeah, because yeah, the rest of us are doing resource conversions, but you did it before passing because you can. Big brain outplay. Yeah, no, that was fun. Great game, Nerd Cube. Congrats on the win. Well done. We still gained. Wow, look at that. So it's real nice playing silver players. Even getting second place, we still advance to Silver League. So we get to ascend, which is pretty sweet. We still lose slight bit of elo, but losing to the master, it happens. This is a good game. This was a nice table. Again, these both of these players did pretty good things too. So a reminder, witches are really good on this map. It's still we bid a lot for them, but we still scored a lot of points. Like hilariously, we still scored almost as much as Alchemist. And Alchemist tends to score a shit ton of points because they usually give a ton away to conversions. Which, Eric, if you're still here, how many coins did you convert this game? It had to be like hardly any. Like 173, and after Leech, you scored 160 something, and you ended at 145. You converted less than 20 coins this game? That's also pretty crazy. Like, dang. But we did score off the rounds really nicely. But yeah, our favorite tiles we wound up with only a pretty sad water one. Getting air one blocked was pretty bad. I wonder what happens if we air one block Nerd Cube. He probably gets slightly more cult points, just like we got slightly more cult points. So actually, I'm not sure it matters much. The past tiles, though, yeah, only getting we got Stronghold in round 2 and Dwellings at the end. Not getting more on that was pretty bad. Although I guess actually Nerdcube didn't get anywhere near as much on the pass as I thought. We got the really high value towns we wanted. We got 3 towns. We did pretty well on cults. We did well with our faction ability and network. So we had a good game. I'm not sure we learned a ton besides Alchemist can sometimes have good games on this map, but even as good as it looks, it's still can be. Well, this was always a rough Alchemist game toward the end though. So Alchemists have some hope. Witches are still very good. Chaos are also still really good. You probably can't dig as much as Cultist did and win the game. I don't know if there's much else, but it was a fun one. With round 2 Stronghold, it's a bit more understandable. You also took 2 coins actions. Oh yeah, I didn't pay attention to that. Okay, yeah, you took 2 coins actions. This is essentially taking 14 points, so that makes sense. Partly how you avoided so many conversions. We only took 1 this game, which is a bit sad. Our power was used for good enough things. That we got our bridges, we got coins, we got some spades, and then we just sat on a lot of coins, but. You could have taken more workers and beat me on network. Yeah, I think the coin saves you more, right? Like, yeah, it's a 6-point swing on me if you build more stuff, but all that stuff is barely scoring you more. So I really liked what you did. I agree. I think it was really good. So, well, I don't know if I have any other real insights on this one, but it was nice to play another game here. Nice to get one against a strong player. I swear I won't only play witches on this map, although, you know, if people are gonna let me keep getting witches for pretty good prices, I'm not really sad about my bid here, honestly. I don't think. Maybe I paid slightly too much. Maybe I was supposed to jump to alchemists, but I didn't. I did not see the opening that Eric got, and now that I'm realizing in hindsight too that it relied on Cultist willingly chose to double spade rather than single spade the yellow. And if they just single spade the yellow, I don't know what Eric does. So you're correct, Gray. I will play mermaids on this map as well if people will let me. I mean, look, as long as I keep getting pretty decent prices on these factions, I'll keep playing them. Like, they're very strong on this map. And they fit my playstyle well. I know how to pilot high econ games and still turn them into points. So I'll keep taking force seat, getting Earth 1 blocked and forced to play other stuff, and I will not care that much. So glad a bunch of you tuned into the chat. It's been fun to do some of this streaming and have you guys kind of all tune in. I apologize to my opponents for how much longer I play when I'm streaming. Although actually, I guess this game was everybody was doing quite a bit of thought, and then I do extra thought when I'm on stream because I'm talking through everything rather than just making moves. So, but yeah, it's been nice having you guys all around and chatting and hanging out. And I'll keep climbing arena. We got some Silver League games coming up next. So I'm gonna head off though. Maybe I'll stream more tomorrow, to maybe tonight yet, but otherwise probably tomorrow on the weekend. Although I keep meaning to actually stream Agricola again for those that actually care about Agricola. So we'll see what I do. Gonna head out. See y'all around.